Welcome back to the Watchtower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
All right.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And in case I am on the wide cam, I'm joined by the Mario brothers today, and we're here to talk about some cinema.
I like how we all agreed that we were doing this and you didn't come.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. There was an email chain.
Get the clippers.
Email
Though.
chain.
You guys shave each other?
Email chain.
Fully shaved.
Check the chain.
From the
Check-
eyebrows down, brother.
Check the chain.
You never checked the chain, bro.
I checked the chain last night.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are continuing and really finalizing, bridging into Oscars, the 96th Academy Awards.
And what a better
98th.
way
I think
than
it's
a
98th.
porno.
98th Academy Awards, and we are back to finish off with the Best Picture winner of last year. Before I introduce the film, I'd like to remind everybody to please like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yes.
Go to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and please give us a 5-star rating or whatever rating you think we deserve. And leave a little comment. Let us know you're there. We
Quick
really
20
appreciate it if you
seconds.
did. If you did this before March, you'd be helping us out a ton. I'll explain why later, but please just go and give
It
that
really
like.
helps us out. We really appreciate it if you do.
Joining me in the room, aside from the Mario brothers, are Mr. Austin Young.
Woo!
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
I like you in blue, bro.
Didn't this film also win for Best Editor?
I think it did.
I think it did.
It won a lot.
So Sean Baker won it again? Shit.
Yeah, dude, he won.
Oh,
he's,
no, yeah, he did for sure, yeah.
he's the first guy in a long time to win 4 awards at the Oscars. Because he won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Editor, and Best Screenplay. So he's pretty impressive, dude. Miss Meg Tovar back there
Megatron.
doing some stuff. Mr. Ricky Rodriguez.
Anybody know here, Ricky Tan?
Ricky Tan.
Damn, bro. That was mildly racist.
Did that mustache just also take you back? Is that what we're doing now?
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Ha
I threw that shit before I walked in the room.
Mr. Michael Delaw offering a cinematography perspective.
I'll just say I worked with that guy.
You did work with that
you
guy.
I did work with that guy.
Can't wait for that film to come out.
I know. Are we going to talk about it?
We are. Mr. Jean-Eric Castro offering an acting perspective.
A.K.A. Stash Montana today.
Stash Montana.
We're trying out the new angles.
I thought I
You
was Stash
refer
Montana.
him as Stash Montana.
By the way, can we give some love to Austin for the new angles?
Absolutely.
They are pretty cool.
Mr.
Yeah.
Young.
Like, Gaston's big and you two are small right now.
Oh, he's always
Yeah,
big.
he's always bigger than us.
Yeah.
And now Michael's big.
Wow. Well, I
It's
mean,
the stash.
I went to the gym recently.
And now Carlos is big.
I don't know. What I do with my hands. I'm your humble film servant, Carlos M. de la Torre, offering a writing directing perspective. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Oscars are March 15th, and we try to celebrate that as much as we can. It is a cinematic tradition, after all. And just stay tuned for the programming from the Towercast Network,
Yes,
which
you better.
is, really quickly, we're doing our snub episode next week, a film that we all believe deserves to be recognized and should have been recognized by the Academy of Motion Pictures.
For sure.
After that, we're going into our Bonanza episode.
No, you have that reversed.
Is that we're doing that first?
Reverse first. And
We
then
always do the snub after then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, look,
I'm sorry. So we're doing our Oscarama, as it's been known around the office now. The Oscarama is going to entail, usually goes for about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, if you didn't watch every single one of the Best Picture nominees, we watched it for you.
Yeah,
and we
so-
will break
That's
it
good.
down.
That's good.
Give you our ratings. Give you the full recap of what the movie's about.
Yeah.
So lots
20-minute increments. We do all 10 best picture
Best
nominees.
poker faces?
Best poker faces. All 10 of them. And then we just chat about it. See how we feel about it.
And then we also post the full video and also the breakup.
We do. We do break it up. And day after the Oscars, March 16th, we'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
That's always fun.
And you guys can chime in live and chat with us. We might even
And
go live.
Twittergram.
No. We might even go live before that, just to do a little test, just to talk to you guys and let you guys know what we're up to. So
What time are we doing this here? 7 p.m. or?
yeah, I think so. Something like 7. We'll maybe earlier, maybe
Something like it hot.
maybe 7.
Did we all answer which one's going to get snubbed? That's a good.
No.
little-
No, we got busy before.
We got busy before the episode, so
So TBD.
just surprise, you'll see.
Surprise.
But we're here to talk about last year's Best Picture winner. Before I do, though, I think
Before.
Mr. Castro
Yes.
has got an aside.
This is an audience favorite skit, I guess, or
Yep, it's
Segment.
a skit.
segment. There we go. What did you guys watch this weekend or this whole week?
Quick, what did we watch this week? We've been catching up on Best Picture nominees, so we got to see one that blew me the fuck away.
Which one?
Blew my wig back, which I didn't
Yeah.
expect it
I
to.
knew it.
Which was Hamnet.
I knew that was a wig.
It was. It is.
It really blew him, man. Hamnet.
Talking about
Hamnet
blowing.
was what was a sleeper for me, man. I didn't think that thing was going to hit me as hard as it did, and it did.
Nice.
For multiple reasons, which we'll talk about in the episode, so I won't get into it. We'd watch that. Before that, what did I watch? I
Anybody?
think that's it.
Yeah, I
No,
think I
didn't
just.
you see what is it, 1492 or the
2046. Did I not talk about that already?
No.
2046.
I didn't talk about. So yeah, I got to see basically kind of a follow up or a unofficial sequel to
I've heard of that.
one of my favorite pictures of all time, which we've talked about on this
no.
podcast.
Oh.
Wong Kar-wai's "In the Mood for Love." He does this kind of
unofficial
unofficial
official
sequel, which is
No
about.
way.
It's essentially a continuation of the man's story, his life as a writer after this kind of, getting his heart broken. And it's this weird meta thing where it's a story within a story. He's writing a story. 2046 is the hotel room where they would go write together. So it's just such a special film. It really, really like blew my socks off. This film was incredible.
And it's like a couple years after, right?
It's 4 years after.
I love that.
if I'm
They
mistaken.
didn't wait
So
too long.
It just continued it, and he comes back, and I swear to my knowledge and my as far as I go, I'm gonna mispronounce his name, Tony Cheng Loon. I think I'm getting that right, but actor Tony. He's an incredible actor, man. Like, I think he's the best Asian actor ever, period.
Whoa.
And
Jackie
probably
Chan?
put him in my top 5 actors. Like, this dude is incredible. So go watch 2046. Just so great. There's so much for everybody. It's
Wow.
so good. So
Nice.
go check that out on Criterion channel. But Wong Kar-wai never misses, so no surprise there. 2046. I did see that.
Oh yeah.
Is it worthy of a sequel? Called the sequel?
It's because that's the beautiful thing about Wong Kar-wai. He's too original to make a boring sequel. Like, this isn't just your
Yeah, this
typical
looks
sequel.
crazy.
This is like, it doesn't even traditionally, boringly flashback to In the Mood for Love. It just shows you this guy going through heartbreak.
Yeah,
And
that's
kind
good.
of pouring his disappointment in women and disappointing relationships and sex and gambling. Like, it's just so good, man. It's not like your typical sequel, which I love that about Wong Kar-wai. So go check that out, please. Tony Leung Chiu-wai, that's his name. Tony Leung Chiu-wai. He's an incredible actor. Genuinely top 5.
The only thing I watched was just Hamnet, and yeah, no, that one blew me away. So
What does that have a chance to win you?
Best
Best
actress. It's gonna win Best Actress.
What's your name?
Her.
Zoe Deschanel.
No.
Jessie Buckley. She's incredible.
Yeah.
She's about to come out in the theaters again with the new Frankenstein picture with Christian Bale.
I'm so excited. The Bride.
Yeah, so
I don't know why I'm so excited for
she'll
this
be in that. She's the bride, so
Yeah.
to speak.
No, very impressive.
Jessie
All
Buckley.
around. It was funny. I told Carlos, and we'll talk about it more for our episode. But like halfway through, I was like, okay,
Who cares?
who cares? And I
I was on the same boat.
I didn't want to be rude or anything. I was like, well, there's some parts that are like very interesting cinematography wise because they're just challenging shots, period. But I mean, testament to the camera and the lenses they used. But then it just took a turn, and it was a beautiful turn. And then now I'm like starstruck, and yeah, it's.
I
Gonna
don't
be,
know what.
Do you have a quick take on Paul Mescal?
Yeah, that's
do.
what, I don't know what to think of him.
Uh-huh.
I think he's like Timu. What's his name? Aaron Taylor.
Johnson?
Yeah, I don't know what to think of him because I saw him in
You need to watch
Gladiator
this.
2.
You need to watch After Sun.
Okay,
After Sun, he's beautiful in it. Hamnet, he's incredible in.
oh my god!
I don't feel like he really had like a real voice that stood out in
Hamnet's-
Gladiator.
In Hamnet, he does. Hamnet, especially the third act, dude, dear God.
Really?
But After Sun, too. After Sun's a beautiful picture.
Okay,
And he's about to play fucking Paul McCartney in the new Peter Jackson biopic.
I could see that.
So,
I could see his look.
you know. Mr. Castro, did you watch anything interesting?
I watched the Corey Feldman against the world
Oh, that's right.
versus the world. It's one of those interesting ones to see what the Goonies guy is doing. Yeah, this guy.
Isn't he like in a band that tanked?
Yeah, they were calling it was like
The Corey Feldman experience or
the
something?
Angels or something like that.
Oh, gosh.
But then they like eventually one girl comes out and it's just like an orgy.
Poor
Drug.
dude. Didn't he come out in like the whole Michael Jackson thing and was like,
He actually talks about it. He was
Yeah.
like, he didn't did anything to me.
That's
He
him.
didn't diddle me.
and did only
But then the other one I watched was Fall, and that's my type of film.
Fall. What is Fall?
It's about two chicks that climb one of those.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
dude. I kind
That
of
was
wish I
your-
didn't. I kind of wish I didn't.
Really?
I remember seeing the trailer of this
Yes,
thing.
and then it's so dumb because like doesn't one of them like say like, "Come on, let's just do it. It's gonna be an extreme challenge," and then they're both stuck.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're-
It's because she loses her boyfriend to something like that. So this is like a way of her like getting over it.
Coping with the grief
Yeah.
and stuff. That's interesting.
But yeah, it's your typical don't do that, don't do that. They do it. But yeah, those are two I watched.
Dope.
Don't
Yeah,
remember.
oh, it's the dude from The Walking Dead. Right?
Yeah.
What'd you guys watch? Anything interesting on the
Austin?
quicks?
Just hamming it.
Hamnet?
Meg.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything.
Rick.
I watched Weapon.
Oh, all right.
Oh, how was that?
Where are you
I
at with
liked
it?
I dig it. I
You
liked
dug it?
I liked it. It was all right. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
I watched it with Bradley actually.
Really?
Whoa. Interesting. Is that why he decided to go run with Jackie? Because he's like, I
think
can't
that's
do this. I don't want to
To
do
get
this.
rid of the demon. It was pretty cool, man. It was
Yeah.
ended
It was
kind
one
of
of the
weird,
kids
but
running. That's why.
that's what it was.
Weapons. That's
cool. I still
We've been
gotta
hearing
watch
a
it.
ton of things about it. Maybe we should play. You know what you should watch next is a tutorial on how to put your microphone in front of your mouth on the podcast. I think that'd really
It's either
benefit.
that or the rocker. One of those.
Or the rocker. Yeah, please. All right, dope.
Yeah.
What a great segue into what we want.
Segue into what we're talking about now. We're talking about Sean Baker's
Speaking-
Anora. This was like my standout last year, and we did talk about it. I revisited a clip or something when we're like talking about Anora, and I'm like, oh, didn't we just talk about this? But now we get to really deep dive into
Dude,
it.
I think you got lost in the funk.
What does that mean? No,
Yeah,
what do you
Well, you were like seeing like just Sean Baker. He directed it, he wrote it, he edited off his own.
Oh,
I was just like,
Castro-
I think you're on that boat too much.
Castro, this episode, you're about to get like schooled.
I'm good with it, man. I don't think this holds up to like the top to win an award that big.
Yeah,
I'm
because
going there, I'm going
all you do is you just see the tits.
No. I just think for that type of award, like it's such a prestige award.
Remind me,
to
what was it
show that
against?
much,
What was it up against that we were like,
I remember that.
was it Oppenheimer?
I almost kind of feel bad for
No.
Madison.
Oh, it was up against the Brutalist. Like,
Oh, that was a great picture too. Complete Unknown, Conclave. I mean, they were
yeah.
great
Part
films. It was a
two.
good year. Media Pettis.
Amelia
I thought
Perez,
Conclave
I'm
could've
still here.
been a
Nickel
sleeper.
Boys.
Could've
The
been the
Substance
sleeper.
Wicked. Wait,
Yeah,
really?
no.
That was the year?
That was last year.
That was last year.
Oh man, okay.
I think the only thing it could have relatively compared to was like Conclave or the Brutalist, but everything else, like, no, come on, the Nora's.
I think Conclave was like the sleeper that we felt like if that one won, we'd
Yeah.
be
You'd be
happy.
cool
I
with
think
it.
we all
Yeah.
were.
And then Complete Unknown, really good. I think it was good for like Timmy just to kind of like
for a
expand
biopic,
the-
it made me
Yeah.
feel very good about biopics again.
I loved the Brutalist, but
Nora.
yeah, Nora.
All right.
Standout.
I mean, this is the best picture pick. So who wants to go first on ratings?
Austin has something to show off.
He does. His Criterion. This thing got the Criterion treatment out the gate, Castro. You think it's not a good fucking picture?
That's not what I said.
I think surely because of Austin's Criterion,
Surely
Austin,
you can't be serious.
Austin should go first.
Don't call me sure.
What is
Mr. Young.
how does that line go? It's,
Don't call me Shirley.
I
am
am
serious,
serious, and
don't
stop
call
calling
me
me Shirley.
surely you can't be sure.
Surely you can't be.
Mr. Young.
Shirley.
We got to get him to a hospital.
What's that?
What's that? That's in a room full of patients, but that's not important right now. It's a building full of
That's
patients.
gold, bro.
Oh no.
Sorry, just got to show it off real quick.
I'm not.
Bing,
This
bing,
isn't
bing,
show and
bing.
tell. Give me your rating.
But you're showing the camera.
Well, yeah. As you give your rating.
All right.
Where you at with Anora?
I think I'm at a 9.2.
9.2.
92.
I think it is a great original story about a topic that a lot of people see as taboo.
Definitely.
Told very well, but doesn't necessarily do anything to push the medium forward, which is why I don't think I can go any higher.
Ooh, that's interesting.
The only thing I see it pushing forward is giving hope to more indies. Because he said it's what, a $6 million budget?
It's a $6 million budget. It made $47 million in profit. Won every major award in its category. And aside from anything, you're talking about Sean Baker, who's always produced his films independently, never needed the help of a studio. And he basically got foreign funding just to be able to keep financing independently.
Look, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate in this episode. Sex sells.
Yeah,
It's not
sure.
even about the sex, dude.
That's fine. I'm not talking about the box office. That's fine. Screw it. Go watch it because of the sex. But the fact that it got the respect from his peers.
For sure. No.
entirely-
I'm not talking about anything like that. For sure, respect to Sean Baker. I just think this type of film.
Again,
It's
because
too
all you're
easy?
seeing is the tits.
Is it too
No.
easy?
I just don't think we should be.
Celebrating sex because you're a born again Christian.
Nah, man, because you're flirting. There's almost like you're flirting with that line of, is it too exotic, too erotic?
Let's go.
My bad.
Clockwise. No, I mean 9-2.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Oh, I was just gonna say, is there any like big standouts for you as far as like editing goes, or
I think just the pacing.
the pacing?
I think I felt better the first time I saw it, though. Like, this time around, I was like, geez, we're only half an hour in. Like, I felt like the pacing didn't hold up than the first time you see it. But,
Especially when they're.
I mean, outside of just a couple little cool transitions that they do, it wasn't anything to call home about, I don't think.
what you feel about like the whole like when they're trying to search for him? You don't think that was a little too much?
No.
No, that's
I think that was a little too much. I was
That's
just like,
like
okay, we
the-
know you're looking for him, but I know it's building up the
so.
suspense.
What's your rating right now? What's out the gate?
I'm gonna go with a solid 8.
Solid 8?
8.
Yeah, one thing I really didn't like was the kid. I
Yeah,
know
but
he
you're-
played
but
it
that's the
right,
point.
yeah, and I know he played it the right way. Towards the end, I was like, oh shit, he had to act that way. He had to act kind of like dumb to have that big reveal where he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Now Madison, she knocked it out the park. I'm just saying, like, I hope she gets future roles.
Oh, she
Jocelyn,
will.
have you ever heard her talk, like, normally?
Yeah,
Like, the Brooklyn
does
accent?
not sound like that.
Yeah.
Or like carry herself. Just her mannerisms are not.
no.
She's very composed. She's very like.
No, I'm not saying that she's like anything bad. I'm just
You're
saying.
just hoping she didn't peak here.
Or she
Yeah, or-
typecast herself into
Yeah,
something.
all the above. So
What is she doing next? I haven't heard anything. I think she just cast in something big. They just announced something big for her. Like she's doing a Scorsese movie or some shit like
Nah.
that. No bullshit. Oh, she's doing the sequel to The Social Network. That's what she's doing next.
Oh, shit, The
Aaron
Social Record.
Sorkin's fucking next film.
that's good.
The
No,
social
that's
record.
good. That's good.
That's totally different. That's not a sexual part.
No. I'm not
inherently.
talking bad
we'll
about
see.
her at
What?
all. I just think, for an Oscar winner, I just don't think this is my type of film that would have won.
So just an 8.
Yeah.
What didn't you like about it, Cosmo?
Well, I guess
The sex?
I understand where
I
you're
feel
going.
like there's way too much where it's like, what's the point of just showing that much sex? Like, I get
Is
it. Okay. I know it's like, okay, the next day and they're having sex, they're getting
Well,
along.
that's kind of the point of this story, though, is you're supposed to see the life of somebody that's in that industry.
a sex worker.
Yeah, a sex worker.
Aside
what
from
they-
everything, it's that like he's able to give her the world, right? He has the resources.
So the arc for her was no redemption, but realization that the fantasy was a fantasy.
No,
No, not at all.
on the
What's
slightest.
her arc?
Her arc is her realizing at the end that the only way she can repay the world is with her body.
I
That's
don't
the
think
way
that's
see
the
it.
arc either. I think that's the
Especially
journey.
the end,
I think the fact that that's her currency is what the film is what she's going through the whole film. But I think her arc is that she was seeking intimacy in the wrong place. So by the time she finds it with Igor, she's scared of it. She's afraid of real intimacy.
But that kind of I don't like that direction that they took because they made her look like, oh, okay, I'll have sex with anybody.
She
No,
shall, but
no,
that's her
it's-
currency in the world. That's
Okay.
how she pays her way through life.
I just as me as a director, I feel it would have been better where either they just drove off.
Her and Igor?
Yeah, maybe the ring
like
proposing or something. But once you got on top of him, I was like, what are you doing?
But that's the point. Is the difference and the gray line between intimacy and sex. And because it's quote unquote easy for her to give her body up to thank somebody who did something nice to her for her. This is her way of paying it. But when he tries to kiss her, that's when she pushes away. That's when she shoves away. This is transactional. You did something for me, I'll do something for you. But he's into her.
Yeah,
and he
but-
tries to kiss her.
And
And
then
she
sh-
can't accept that. And that's where she finally lets her grief and her disappointment out because she's realizing I can't even accept something from somebody who's trying to do right by me because of
'cause
what I just
I
went
like
through.
that.
because saying thank you isn't enough in her world. Like If it's like, oh, you did that for me, like thank you so much, and then
saying thank you with sex is shallow because it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
just
if you
sex.
notice in the movie, he doesn't kiss the kid. Now, when Igor is trying to reach out
No,
to
he
her,
does- they do-
well,
they do
in
kiss.
intimacy. If you notice, in intimacy,
Oh, okay, when they're having sex.
because it's like a transaction. But with Igor, he's like, I like you. Like, I'm intimate. Like, I'm into you. I'm not.
Because
it's not
he-
your body. Like,
Yeah.
I like you.
So
And you see the connection that Igor's trying to connect with her, but she's like, no, fuck you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. And in the end, he's like, no, like, I like you because of you, not because of your body. That's when she's like, whoa, hold on. Like,
No, I
she's not
get
used
it.
to that, you know?
I get it. I just don't like that type of arc, I guess. I don't.
All right, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
8.
Carlos.
This still holds for me, man. I think, I think it's because I went back and saw a few other Sean Baker films like since last year. I saw Tangerine, which I didn't think was going to hit me as hard as it did. That was like his directorial debut, essentially.
Is that
And-
the Disney one?
No, that's the Florida Project.
Oh, okay. I
That
always
was the
make- I always
first
mix
Sean
those-
Baker
I
I
always
have ever
mix those
seen.
twos up.
Yeah.
Those two up.
That was the first Sean Baker I ever seen. Was if you notice,
that
by
was
the
shot
way,
on a phone, right?
it was shot on an iPhone, yeah.
And then
And
the-
it's the first one that's not trying to be gimmicky about it, man. Like it's just shot well. I didn't like the saturation on the color temperatures, but short of that, it was fine.
Were they in Juarez or?
They were in
Mexico?
L.A.
Oh,
Takes
okay.
place entirely in L.A. But again, he's highlighting the underbelly of society. It's about two trans individuals who are going through their own shit show of life. One of them, their boyfriend is cheating on her, so she's trying to find him, and the best friend is helping. But there's this big reveal. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. But they're both prostitutes. And what's great is the guy who plays Toros. He's in this film. He's in every Sean Baker film.
Oh, yeah.
Toros plays like a customer for one of the trans prostitutes,
shit.
but you follow him home to his family after. And then he's still looking for her. It's such a great film. It really like blew me away. And what's great about Tangerine, it got financing through two of the indie gods, the Duplass brothers. The Duplass brothers were so impressed with Sean Baker in some like super low budget indie short, and they were like, "Hey, whatever you do next, we want in. Like, we'll give you $250,000 to go make this Tangerine thing," and they did. Like, Duplass brothers came in for the rescue. But since then, I've seen Tangerine. I saw Red Rocket. Red Rocket wasn't as great as I was expecting it to be.
Okay.
I liked it a lot because you're basically following Simon Rex, who's a porn star. He's a porn star, and
I
he
know
has to
this
go
dude.
back home to Texas to basically like ask his wife to divorce him, and he's broke, and but he finds kind of love through this unorthodox, albeit extremely morally complicated situation where he's quote unquote falling in love with an underage girl.
Whoa.
A 17-year-old who's days away from turning 18. But since he's in the porn industry, he finds women to be in the porn industry. And he's trying to groom the girl to be in the porn industry. And it's just so interesting, but that ending just really didn't punch for me. Anyways, my point is, I went back to revisit Sean Baker, and I see what he's trying to do, and he's exploring a different avenue of the underbelly. If you explore guys like Coppola, Scorsese, De Palma, they're exploring the American underbelly. The underground societies, the mobsters, the gritty taxi drivers, right? Sean Baker's doing that with a sexual component. And he's doing that with porn stars and prostitutes and strippers. And a world that he's just so interested in. He doesn't really have a background in it, but he's so interested in telling the story of the sex worker and authenticating it and validating it and humanizing it.
Yeah.
And I think Anora does that better than any film I've seen, other than Federico Fellini's Nights of
So
Siberia.
sex workers should be normalized?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Selling your body?
They're people.
I wouldn't want my daughter to do that.
That's fine, but they're
That's-
still people. Your daughter would
yeah.
still be a woman.
That's not people. That's not people, bro.
No. It's like no. The thing is that
You're gonna get so much flack, Castro,
know.
and I'm not gonna be
I'm just saying, I'm
fucking.
speaking for all the dads
I'm gonna
out there.
send this clip to a certain amount of people.
You ain't a dad.
I'm telling to all
Just
the
because you got a
dads.
mustache
No.
like a dad, don't mean you're a fucking dad. All right.
I know I got some kids out there.
Yeah. No, but look, I think it's important. I think just like when it's interesting to humanize a criminal, which you like,
I do.
okay? Why isn't it important to humanize a sex worker?
Castro, what's the oldest profession in our history?
didn't you make a short film on that?
No, I know prostitution, but it's
It's embedded into our country's history, dude.
Our world's history.
It's American.
and that automatically makes it right.
No, well, it
makes
job.
it evident. It makes
Yeah.
it a part of our society. It makes it important because why somebody who you wouldn't fight to hold intimacy the way you do.
No, I'm playing around, but yeah. I just
Oh,
no,
now,
but
now it's backtracking.
That's important
I'm
though.
playing around, obviously.
That's
but-
important, backpedaling. That's important, though. It's important to say, like, hey, this person who society has shunned, and society might say, like, this bitch doesn't deserve intimacy. Like, she sells
No,
intimacy.
for sure. I just
To have intimacy, to have, quote unquote, the superficial life handed to her and then taken away from her so abruptly, and then having the mom really put her at her level, quote unquote, that's society speaking, right? You're a hooker. You're not worthy of my son. My son has money and will continue to have a great life without you. And for her to kind of go back and say, can I find love and intimacy and happiness outside of the superficial things? Because even selling your body for money, it's superficial, right? It's ultimately you wanting to get better in life financially. So there's so much to say. Anora for me is just incredible. I think it still holds up. I think there's technical aspects that sure may not drive cinema forward, but it's using a 70s aesthetic, 35 millimeter film, 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio, techniques that we already know exist and utilize and love to tell a Brighton Beach, New York story that really hasn't been told. I think the only other film or the only other story, quote unquote, that I remember being so vivid in my head of this side of New York is like Get Rich or Die Trying or Grand Theft Auto 4. Like genuinely, this side of New York isn't really highlighted that way. And it's such a great kind of New York story, Brighton Beach, and the textures of it are very unique. So I applaud even the technical aspect of it. But anyways, I give this a 9.3. I'm happy at a 9.3 with this.
9.3.
nice. What's the correct answer?
Thank God you asked. No, I remember that when we first watched Anora for like our preparing for the Oscars, I walked away and I remember all of us were really quiet and just kind of sitting there looking at the screen. And the first reactions are like, "Wow, this is the standout. This says something." And then I don't know, I just kind of sat with it, and I think I was similar to you, where I'm like, well, what is it? Because at first it just kind of felt like it fell flat. Like I just think that normally American audiences are just not used to stories of this type.
That's for damn sure.
They're not used to the stories that are just meant to be these vignettes, day in the life, and then at the end, it's not like a story that has a beginning, middle, and end, and you just watch a character go through a journey. It's one where it's kind of like, that's it, and now it's up to you to talk about it. What was this? Like, what does this mean for life? What do I have to reflect in myself? And and again, the conversation of normalizing, and are these bad people? Are they good people? And like, how do you want to interpret the whole thing? And I think the longer I sat with it, and now this is like year later that we're talking about it again, I think I'm starting to see it. And I'm not saying that I fully see it, but I'm starting to see it because again, another film we talked about, the Apu trilogy. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get where it was going. I don't see the story. But what made it so crazy is that it was so human, and there was so grounded, and it was beyond grounded of like, normally when we talk about a person who's very humble, we're like, oh, they're very grounded. But then this was grounded to a level of like, no, you're actually there, and you're seeing it on this perfectly neutral basis. And if you want to insert your bias, well, now that's part of the tool of like, well, why am I feeling this
Analyzing.
way? Like, yeah, like when you first see the movie open up, it just gives you this happy, joyous music, flashing lights. It's a strip club, and what are they doing? They're giving a bunch of guys lap dances, and it's just like, as the male audience, I think we just like get super into it and be like, oh, this is awesome. It's just a bunch of like people like, throwing their tits around or whatever. But then as it goes on, you look at those same people and it's less of the feeling of like, oh, this is like a cool visual for like people watching, to like, oh man, this is them just trying to make rent. Like at the end of the day, they're just clocking in, clocking out. Yep. That like even later on they say like, hey, if your cousin doesn't change his attitude, like I'm just not gonna like
I'm unionizing.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, they're just kind of like, oh, when you start paying me benefits, I'll do more. But it's because to them, this is like I'm doing the job. Like and them
by
getting
the
their makeup
way,
and everything.
Mikey Madison treated it that way as an actor. Mikey Madison said, they ask her. You ask somebody like this, "Are you okay with this?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
to the question earlier
Meg
that
was
we were
telling me
talking
about it.
about, there was no intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
Because she preferred not to have one, because she understood that a sex worker doesn't have an intimacy coordinator in their life. This is what they're exposed to. So tough shit.
Yeah.
That being said, she says she treated the character of Annie like the nudity was a costume.
Yeah.
Because that's the way to process this as an actress, to say, this is my job. The intimacy is part of my deal.
And
the nudity is part of my deal.
I think when I first watched it,
Yeah.
I didn't have a concept. Like I was still so, I think just all the flashing lights and everything, you're almost distracted by it all. And then this time, because I kind of knew where the story was going, I paid attention to Mikey and I realized you see so much subtlety in her character that says like, yeah, this is what I got to do. This is the game I got to play. And she never is really relaxed because you see that she's working. Like even when she's at this guy's house and even when, the things start ramping up where it's like, oh no, well, come again and come to the party. And then let's go and you be my girlfriend for a week. Every time that she's thrown into a situation that's going to make her more money, you see that she's never comfortable.
Yeah.
She's always in this kind of like
A work setting.
Yeah. And, it's funny because then they show other people around her in the background, like the people cleaning the house or the guy working the gas station who's just like, I know these people are being crazy. I'm just trying to do my job. And you realize that that's everybody in this film. Everybody's just trying to do their job. They're just trying to get through the day.
Dude,
as
like-
weird as the situation was.
Like
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
piggyback off of that, the scene that always like sticks out to me is near the beginning when she's giving a lap dance to a guy and she looks over to a coworker of hers and is just like, "Hey, you want to go smoke?"
Smoke some weed.
And then they go outside and they're like just smoking a cigarette. Like
Is
if it's a normal
that the
smoke break.
equivalent of being at a fucking Domino's and being like next to your buddy after dealing
Yeah,
with a
and be like,
customer?
"Hey,
like,
after
"Yo,
this order,
smoke
let's go smoke a cigarette." Yeah,
Like it's the equivalent
Even like
of
the
that, yeah.
the culture that I experienced like at Starbucks was very much like you go up and in a very simplistic way, I mean, you're doing this whole like dance and pony show of like, trying to offer him a coffee and trying to like write a little message on it because you're trying to stimulate like, oh, I want to make this personal for you. And then you have these interactions and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you'll have people come up and then they're super like, whoa, I can't believe you did that. And that was so nice and all this kind of stuff. And then it's like, oh, I
Doing my
clocked
job.
in. Yeah.
Let me, but before you give your rating on that note, there's this thing in Entourage that I always think is very great, and it's a season where Vince is like in love with Sasha Grey and he's dating a porn star, and Eric, his best friend and manager, is like, hey, like you're going out of control, you're dating this porn star. He's like, what's the difference between her and anybody else, man? And he's like, is she not a porn star? Does she not have sex on camera for money?
Yeah.
And Vince says something that's always kind of resonated with me about Hollywood. He's like, in this town, we all do on some level.
Oh.
And isn't that, I mean, it's kind of what Anora's highlighting is how far are you willing to go for financial gain and what are you willing to give up morally for financial gain? Like these dudes, this dude left his baptism of a kid and is willing to break the law and get his truck up of the tow truck to not piss off his employer.
Don't get me wrong. I like the story. I think I kind of figured it out. I think I'm coming from an actor's perspective of like, it was very risky of her.
Absolutely, but risk reward,
And
right?
No, but
Yeah, for sure. But I think like, since it won an Oscar,
and she won, by the way. I think.
is that now what we're gonna have to like reach to?
no, because I think
I'm
that
not
there's two
looking at
layers.
it from the
No, no,
story.
the role, it's the actor.
I'm looking at it from the actor.
but
from
it's
the
not the
actor,
role, it's the
yeah.
actor.
yeah,
I think there's two layers. I think, and the first layer is what I had when I first watched the movie, which is it just that she had to do a lot of flash so we would see her more, and then we think like, man, look at how much like flash she did, so that way we could feel like that's a good actor. Or, and I think this is again the second screening and the screenings after, you see less of the flash because like once you see enough of it, I think in fact the fact that they show so much is because they're trying to almost like desensitize you from it. They're trying to get you past it. They're like, okay,
that's good.
It's like a musical, right?
yeah.
Like we're gonna toss you into this
no, yeah,
world.
because like if you're not used to going to like a strip club, like I've never been to one. Surprise. No, but like I've never been to one. So at first you walk in,
My
it's
name's
just like
not Carlos.
oh. Anyway, no, but you're not used to any of the spectacle, so it's a lot at once. But if you're going and you're a repeat guy, then
Yeah.
you're able to just kind of like get past
Yeah,
it.
like,
you
it-
desensitize.
yeah.
And I think the movie was like trying to like from the very get go. Let's just show you all of it right now. Let's throw everything on the table. So then that way, whenever these scenes pop up, now we can be more critical.
Why
now
is
we
it?
can,
Why
say,
is it
like,
okay for a guy to have so much excess in a film? Like, why is it okay for Leo to play Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street? And
No,
we
no,
don't
no.
bat
But
an eye?
come on, we didn't see this much.
We didn't.
No.
But they're beats.
We
they're
didn't.
points.
We didn't see Leo's bare ass fucking prostitute.
Snorting
in
coke
the
off a
airplane, but
prostitute's
that was
ass?
one or two. I'm saying
No,
this was
what
like
do you mean 1 or 2?
No,
Also,
but
there's
again,
tits like and sex all over Wolf of Wall Street.
it's a lot.
I mean,
No, but I think it's that. It's like we're showing it to desensitize
No, that's good.
you.
That's good. No, I
and
like
then
that.
now we have to be critical and like look at it and think like, well, why are we seeing it? Like, and as an actor, I think one thing I was really impressed by when she's laying with him at his house, right? And she's being the girlfriend, and really
plays it really good.
at this point, she's getting paid for it, right? It's when they first start hanging out. If you notice, like her eyes, the way that they look around everywhere, it's because, you know, you go to do a job. She's basically, she's like, oh, this is one of my high roller escort missions because you can tell she's done this before where a guy has a lot of money, says, here's my number. Let me know if you want me to come over and then I'll charge you whatever. And then, you know, it moves into like, oh, we'll be my girlfriend. And the whole time she's uncomfortable. But then, you know, that conversation comes up like, well, will you marry me? And I'm being serious. And then it kind of breaks because like, I know what you're teasing me with, but you don't know what you're saying. You don't know what any of this is. This is like, this isn't a joke for me anymore. This is like, you're asking us something beyond the job.
You know you guys
And-
remember the Futurama episode where Leela finds one of her own, and she marries him or whatever, like she stays with him on the planet, and then she dresses like his personality. She starts dressing with the ponytail and the like high heels.
Yeah.
That's like her version of this, right? Is like when they're laying on the couch and she's speaking Russian to him.
Yeah, like you
I
saw.
want to be a family. I want to be a unit with
And-
you.
and
So
you
I'll
saw-
go there with you.
You saw her eyes weren't like looking around anymore. Even like after spending a week with him, you still saw her looking around. But like once she was like, "Oh, I'm marrying this guy."
Yeah.
Then she was just laying, her vision's fixed. She's resting on his chest, and she's really just trying to be like, "Hey, are you gonna answer the phone or not?"
Acclimate.
Like it's just you and me.
Let's meet your parents.
Yeah, like she
let's-
was at the point of like, okay, I finally went past my guards up because I'm just doing a job and maybe I found a person,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't know. I feel like all the sex scenes, everything else before is to kind of show you like that's the world, that's what exists. And now normalcy, that's where
That is normal.
That's new.
For her.
That's new. That's special. That's
And for a
that means
kid
so
like
much
Vanya,
more.
it's a game. It's a toy. It's indispensable. It's not something that he can't recover from.
I'm gonna real quickly wrap it up because I want to throw it to everybody in the
Yeah,
back.
sorry.
We're starving on your rating, though.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say right now, I think I'm sitting at a 9. I still feel like there's moments that I'm like I need to live with it longer, but I can't go lower than 9. It's got too much to say.
Can I say something real quick? I wouldn't show this to my kids.
No.
Nor should you.
I would.
It's an Oscar.
So
That's
Not
my-
you.
most Oscar
That's where I'm
films,
coming from.
You show your kid Parasite.
Yeah, also Parasite, Godfather. No, that's why. I know. That's where I'm coming from. I guess that's just how I am.
You're-
I wouldn't show this to my kid.
But
Then you got some moral question to
the
ask yourself,
Oscars,
son.
at the end of the day, the Oscars it's a voting academy of filmmakers. These are films for us, by us. Like,
Yeah.
that's the
We're
point of
movie
it.
lovers, by movie lovers.
Yeah, much like this podcast, like and subscribe, and
I
rate
know
on
I'm
Apple.
wrong. I'm just that's
No,
my
no,
take.
no,
That's
you're
my
not
take.
wrong.
Or
It's a
whatever.
very
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
perspective.
interesting to explore, like, kind of the ambiguity. And again, I think it's also very, very much an American thing of like Puritans in public, perverts in private. I mean, we see this shit, and people watch porn and whatever, but you won't celebrate a film that's highlighting that world that you're trying to keep under wraps.
I just think it's
There's more to talk about,
Hold on,
but
hold on.
let's keep
Castro, would
talking.
you show your kids y tu mamá también?
yeah. It's
Really?
just different. It's different.
Huh?
All that
Dude, this
smashing
is sex workers over there. That's what is it? The two guys going on a trip with this girl.
and banging her.
Yeah, that's
And then
come
banging
on, bro.
each other?
From that story to this, I could explain this. This I'm like, yeah, there's people
Dude,
that
there's
fuck
strip
other
clubs
people for-
everywhere. Like, what do you like? Do you just tell
I
your
like
kids
that
like,
story.
Montana,
I
there's
like
a-
Mind
that
you,
story.
mind you, his son's gonna do the same thing this movie did.
Hey!
Se te va a regresar, se te va a regresar.
Don't you put that evil on me, but
All right, so we've got
Ricky.
918-929.
9?
Ricky 10.
I absolutely agree with you, Castro. 100%, bro.
really?
I think I originally had the rating at 8. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to keep in mind the whole beginning scene before essentially before the guys show up to his house, and all the scene kind of after he got divorced. Everything with
The kid.
with Igor and her.
Okay.
All that ending was super good. But don't forget that a big chunk of this movie is, have you seen him? No. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Hey, what happened to my car? Hey, have you seen him? No. Hey, this happens. You're
That
like,
was way too long.
it's way too long. I thought even them tying her up and stuff, I think it just lasted too long. It was a bunch of
But how
chaos.
else will you establish intimacy between her and Igor?
No, I agree, but it just takes too long to do that. It's a lot of nothing, or a lot of like, you made your point, you just let it linger. And I get the realism, I get the chaos, I love the talking over each other, like, but a lot of it just seemed a little bit unnecessary. Now, all the scene, like in the beginning, before they showed up to the house, and like I said at the end, is fantastic. I think her acting is great, and I think that's that. And I thought that can go unnoticed. I know you were talking about Castro, like you're not talking about the story. I'm talking about the story. There's a big chunk where you're like, I kept thinking a couple times, like, did you really write this down like this? And I'm not criticizing Sean Baker. Clearly, he knows more than I do. But I think the points, the what gives us points is the acting is fantastic all around. I thought Mikey did incredible, and I thought the shots were amazing. I loved how the film was done. It was just what was on paper that was a little bit like, how long are we going to do this for? And I think that's can go unnoticed. So I am gonna say give it let's say an 8.5 to be generous. I mean, to give it that boost of where it needs.
Yeah.
Everything was top notch. Everything around those little, what I felt were a little bit dull areas, everything around that was fantastic. I mean, shot wise, acting wise, I mean, it was just the feeling. It was fantastic. You could have seen, once Vanya goes back to Russia and she's just hanging out the house with him. You could have extended that scene. You could have kept it and shown them hanging out the whole night, and it would have been interesting. Where they're sharing the cigarette and she's criticizing him. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And, even in the beginning, you were just interested in her life and seeing all this. It was fantastic. But that huge chunk of it was just them looking around, he'd be fine. And it was just like, how are we going to do this?
Rick, just a simple yes or no question. Did you like Uncut Gems?
I thought they did it better. I thought the
liked
tension
Uncut
was a
Gems
little
a
bit
lot.
better in Uncut Gems.
I really liked Uncut Gems.
It's the same shit.
They did it better on this one.
No, yeah. there was
not on
different things that
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah. This one was just a lot. We've already done this before.
You know what I think, and I noticed this from the first time watching it. You're sitting there for a long time, but you're also sitting there with your own perspective of who these guys are.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what you thought, Meg, when you saw this and you saw those two guys busting through the door and say, "Hey, we're looking for this kid," and his parents are pissed and all that kind of stuff. Did you not think that they were just like Russian mafia thugs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, okay, I need the mic. I need a hot take.
Oh God.
Here's our hot take. Well, not really a hot
It better
take.
be hot.
That's
It
three
better not
times.
just be a
So-
take.
It's not hot. I'm
Okay,
hitting the
you
mic.
know, you know the scene. Yeah, it dragged a little when they're attacking her.
Oh, they're finally coming
But-
out. Yes.
Okay. But if you see, like, it's like the life of a sex worker. She thought she was gonna get raped by one of the guys, so she's like, "Dude, I was just signed up to be his wife. Now what's going on? Why are these two guys in my house? Why did he leave me, my husband? And these two guys are left with her by herself. So they told her, hey, protect her. Don't let her get out of the house. And it's like, what the fuck are you? So she's trying to fight them. But then she feels like, oh, I'm going to get raped. So she's
think
fighting
that- I
back.
think
It's
Hold
a
on, hold on,
hot.
hold on.
So-
What's the hot take?
Yeah, what's the hot take? What's the hot
What's the hot take is that maybe in that way they were trying to portray that's what sex workers go through. So like the violence of like
I don't think she actually believed.
That's not a hot take.
That's
yes,
not,
but that was a fear. Like I feel like that
Oh,
was
no,
her
no, no,
fear.
that-
You got
yeah.
5 seconds to redeem yourself.
I think there's
No,
I think there's something. I think there's something
No, but
in
that's-
there
that
wasn't
to
even a take.
show. I think that scene was intended to show how absurd the situation is.
Yeah.
B, to prove a point on who this kid really is, but for people that have known him since he was a little kid. And C, which I think is the most important one, to Meg's point, I think this is showing just how dispensable she is. That this guy would just leave her. She's not important to him. He fucking bounced. And all they're trying to do is keep her. She's important in their world because they need both parties for the annulment.
Yeah.
They're using her.
But
he used her. Like, there's no there. I think that validates the sex worker part a little more of like, dude, you're just another escort. Like,
and the thing I was gonna like emphasize was the fact that like everybody walks into this movie, and as an audience member, you have your own preconceived notions of who these people are before getting to know them, before getting to understand their life. And I think that's what it tries to reflect. Like, every person who's shown, you think you know exactly who they are, and then you realize that there's so much more to them.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
even to
Absolutely.
Igor. Like, at first, it's like when I think the audience will follow along and think, oh, maybe this kid really does feel like, hey, I don't like my family, you know, like, fuck them. Like, I think I found a person that I want to explore. And he even says that line, like, maybe we can still have fun even without the money. Like, maybe
he's the only person in the whole film. He's the only person in the story that has an unbiased opinion towards her. Everybody else judges her. Everybody else thinks they know her. If you notice, everything in the third act, Igor's in every scene where she's either being attacked or loved.
What?
He's in the background somewhere. Whether with the attack with the mom, he's right there. With the attack with Toros, he's right there. Like,
And I think,
pretty obvious,
I think another thing to note with Igor is that I don't know if you catch it, but Igor's not even employed by the family.
right.
He's
So
like
he has no race, those horse in this race. He has no dog in this race. Like,
that's why, like, even at the beginning, he says, why are you guys here? And he's like, I don't know. And then he even says, like, hey, we got her in the car. Can I go? And it's like, no, you have to keep coming. And then he was just like, he's just a dude who's trying to go home for his birthday, and he couldn't do that. And he has to go on this whole weird mission, and he's trying to enjoy it as much as he can, because we've all
What
had
else
to.
is he gonna do?
No, but we've, like, again, the reflection towards society. We've all had moments where it's like, oh, it's my birthday and I got to go to work.
Yeah.
And you got to just do your job and act like it's a normal day. And you're trying to make the most of it. But guess what? You're just at work getting a paycheck because you have to get a paycheck so you can survive. And I feel like every person you see in this film, you have a perspective on who they are. At first, I thought these guys were like Russian mafia. I mean, him like is shaved. He's probably a psychopath. Even she says, you have rape me eyes and all this kind of stuff. And then like later on, you realize like, he's just like, I'm not a part of any of this. I mean, I live with my grandmother and I borrow her car and I work because I have to with these guys.
This film and his character, they're the ultimate depiction of judging a book by their cover.
Yeah.
Including Annie, and especially Annie. Like, you judge her. We all judge her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
judges
absolutely.
herself, just like
Rightfully so.
Along with the point where you guys said about she offers sex as her currency. That's all. I think that's where it goes along
She's
the way, where she
accepted it.
says that what else do you want from me but sex?
Yeah.
Clearly, she didn't actually believe they're gonna rape him. She just thought,
No, I
what
agree.
else do you want from
Yeah.
me? Like,
Then
it's really
also,
I can't give anything else when they're like.
But
That's
even
good. That's
the
actually pretty
notion of somebody wanting her, the way she knows it, that's why she says, like, dude, if there wasn't someone between us, you'd rape me because I'm a sexual object and you would just want me. That's her.
And
That's
she's
what she
surrounded.
knows.
She's surrounded by men who that's all they want. They're dumb. They're going behind their families' backs. They're going there because they're high rollers. Like, that's all it is.
And that's the only
And the
power she
dumbest-
has, by the way. That's the difference between rape and consensual sex, is allowing you to do it, consent. So if she says, the power she still maintains is, even the dudes in the club, I can still say no. So if I'm talking to my other stripper friend or my other quote unquote undercover prostitute friend, and the show offy thing is like, yeah, he fucking wanted me. Like, if I would have let him, he would have done it. That's all the power she holds in her world. So for her to say that to someone like Igor, it's her revealing the cracks in her intimacy. Like, dude, I want you, and this is kind of the only way I know how to, like, flirt back with you. It's massive.
When she
dude.
tells the guy to sit on his hands,
Yeah.
or when she takes the other guy's client. Yeah.
Well, before we go too far, should we get Meg's rating?
Yes.
Yeah, my useless hot take. I see now.
No.
A 9.4.
9.4.
Oh, wow, the highest
Yeah.
one.
I liked it. Not because of the boobs, but I like that it gives like a perspective of the sex. Yeah.
That's the hottest.
The hottest take
That's
right
a
there.
hot boob. Okay. But
Tasteful
like
side boob.
the perspective,
You're a hot boob.
the perspective of a sex worker. They're always shamed. They're always put it like uncover like of
Yeah.
sinful, gross,
Right.
disgusting.
Absolutely.
But it's like, dude, she's like a barista at Starbucks.
That
Literally,
mustache
that's her
changes
job.
you.
She's like, I'm here to pleasure. You just pay me. Now you walk away.
It's transactional. Her
It's,
life
tra-
is
it's a transaction.
Every person, I feel like you see in this movie, they're all just, in my own like fixed way, they're all just like workers, just
Yeah.
trying to get by.
Yep.
They're clocking in, clocking
In this
out.
economy, dude,
And
yeah.
this
Yeah,
bit
you know,
says-
Yeah.
even
The
the guy who like goes from his baptism and has to like leave. I mean, it's like when you get called in on your day off.
Yeah.
It's like this sucks,
The
but guess
only-
what? I don't want to lose this job.
The
and
only
that's,
ones who aren't are Vanya and his family.
yeah,
And that's the juxtaposition. That's the important juxtaposition of like people who have money don't give a shit like about your shitty life, despite the
Yeah.
fact that I employ you. You know, like, and it's interesting because there's tiers to this, right? Like, I think about Toro's being this median to the richer people, and him being like getting to a point of like even the cleaners for the house, like, hey, don't ask questions. Here's a couple extra hundred.
Right.
Just clean up the
and, like,
fucking mess.
And then you look at the cleaner, and I mean, you know, at first, like the way that they
hot.
make them look, they're just the cleaner can get it. Okay, no, but when you look at the
That's
cleaners,
changed you, man.
I know. I
Anybody can get
I don't
it.
like. Okay,
If you walk, you have a chance.
damn.
Damn.
That's the bar.
Damn.
Okay, cool.
Thing's talking to me.
but
And you're judging her? The fuck?
even when we look at like the cleaners, I feel like the way that they portray them, they're these, you know, just
Mexican.
you give them money, they do a job. It doesn't matter how trashy you get the place. That's all they're there for.
They're
And-
a circus act. He was making fun of the cleaner for getting high with him.
yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
They're entertainment to them. You know, like to Vanya, he was like, oh yeah, she got high and they found her in the
yeah.
cryo chamber. A rich person statement.
got a
Who the
cryo
fuck has a cryo chamber?
Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah.
It's like this. This is to them. Look,
Yeah.
I have something for you. I have money.
Yeah, no, and
do
then-
this for me.
And then they think, and it's the same way as like the strippers. Like, if I just keep throwing more money,
Yeah.
then the request can get wilder, and you'll just do it. And you know, even like the guy who runs the hotel in Vegas, when he sees them, he has to get on his hands and knees and be like, "Oh, well, it's good to have you back," and calls him by name and has to keep smiling. And it doesn't matter what he says,
Yeah.
you have to make sure he's happy. And it's like, we didn't know that you were coming, but because we found out you were, we already kicked out the other couple, so they're leaving right now, and they're in somewhere else, and we're cleaning it, and it's just for you. And it's like, Jesus, like you have to do all this because he's like, if I don't, I'm gonna lose one of the biggest clients. And again, it's all money, it's all
It's
transaction.
again that movie of like the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
It's like always the like, but this is like a sex worker and the rich. It's like,
No,
okay.
and it's
like-
it's sad because then at the very end you realize that she ended up going through this whole journey just to return back to being in this situation where
Back
she
to
is
square one, yeah.
yeah, and
But like, how far would you go for a luxury life? You get me? Like, you're a sex worker and you're offered this. How far would you go?
I think we've
Like,
all
and
think that's every
it
sex worker's
shows.
dream,
Like,
like,
she would go all the way to
getting something like
marriage,
that.
but then
No.
everything's taken away from her because she's just a toy.
Yeah.
She's just a toy to him. So she's like, I'm just a piece of meat.
And
like, what?
we've
So-
all like joking around have had those
We've all been
conversations.
someone's piece of meat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm Meg's right now. No, but we've
I
all
mean,
had
just like it costs them.
I'll be anybody's meat.
you'll beat anybody's meat.
I'll be. You said
My man.
We'll talk after the pod. I got 5 on
No,
it.
I gotta get paid more for that.
I got 5
Make a
on
clip
it.
out of it.
Okay, my bad.
Put money on it.
No, we're
I don't
not
want
taking
to,
it
but I
out. We're
will.
keeping it in.
I'll try
Okay,
it.
no, I was gonna say we've all had the question that we say like, oh, you know, like I'm gonna make it very PG, like something your kids would ask each other, like, would you kiss an alligator for $1 million? Like, we've had those kind of questions that get really wild, really fast. But like,
Would you suck 10
Just look at
dicks?
us a week ago. We were like, would you take on 100 anaconda snakes or 10 gorillas?
No, it's like, would you suck 10 different dicks or one?
Dick for 10 minutes.
one from somebody you knew.
For how long? 3 minutes? I couldn't last that long.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, like, you know, because we all like to believe that at the end of the day there is a price tag on any action. Like, you know, we will drop all self-respect
For sure.
if there's the right amount of money.
Anything.
$10.
What you need?
We'll talk
Dude,
after
it's
the
like-
pod. I remind you.
It's like really quick anecdote. Like I've been watching Louis because Carlos and I made a deal.
I'm sorry.
And there's an episode where 2 kids, there must be like 10. One kid turns to Louis as a kid and he's like, give me $10 and I'll shit on that guy's porch. And the
like,
kid,
I don't
he's like,
wanna
I
be
don't have
part of
$10. He's like, okay, fine. 5. He's like, I don't have that. Until it gets to, he's like, well, what do you have? He's like, I have a pencil. He's like, Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
shit
go
on
shit.
it.
No
That's
way,
good.
really?
That's good. That's good.
There's a pencil coat shit on that guy.
Great. It's great. Damn.
Wait, what?
Damn.
Oh shit! I forgot about this, man.
You got for the 100 mil.
I'm sucking it.
Shaquille. Damn, let me get my shit off first. Damn.
I'm sucking it.
I feel like
100
sometimes
mil's 100 mil, right?
these dares, like, I would do for 20, but like in reality, deep down, they're like, I just want to do it, dude. I really want to do
Yeah,
it,
like,
please.
that's-
It was like, I can
It's
make
like,
profit
fine.
out of it. Even if I don't make profit, I just want to do it.
I'll do it for $1 million. It's like, I only got $5. It's like,
Like, even when they
Alright.
told her, even when they told her, like, hey, you divorced him and you get 10K. I was like, why 10K?
No.
That's
the whole thing where it's like, hey, be my girlfriend for a week, which basically means like I can fuck you whenever I want for a week, and you're just my little.
My horny girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like, and then I get to basically carry you around like a keychain.
Like a la boo boo, bro.
Yeah, like a keychain, and then he's like, oh, like do it for 10K. I'll give you 10K if you do it, and then she's like. 15 and it has to be up front, and then she's like, oh, I would have done it for 10, like, and then it's like, oh, well, I think you're like pretty low because you did it for less than 30, and it's kind
By
of
the
like,
way, that whole scene is right out of Pretty Woman. In case you
Really?
didn't catch it.
yeah.
wow,
Yeah, the deal with Julia Roberts.
never
and-
watched it.
What?
Yeah, it shows.
Pretty woman.
Hey, Rick, can you replace it all?
Walking
please?
down the street. Pretty
What?
woman.
But yeah, it's all transactional, dude. It's like the rich, I can pay you, I can buy you, I can do whatever I want.
That's why we gotta get
And
rich,
then-
bro.
You get thrown away like
You're not getting any
It's
better
fuck
than
you
this
money.
episode.
like you get thrown away like a toy, and you're like, you know what? I don't need you. You were just my rebellion era, just dump her, and then she has to go back to square
Ivana
one.
admitted this was his last blowout before going to get serious, before adulting, basically.
And you know what? I've like,
You're good.
I've had a job
Whoa.
being around relatively rich people, not very. But I remember I was doing this party and you know, I was bartending.
How many did you suck?
Yeah, man.
$5. No, but I was
Five
doing this
ahead.
party and
5 forehead.
I think what sucked is you could tell everybody like had money. They were just like having a good time. They were kind of like, hey, we don't care what the price is. Like we're spending, you know, like we'll go at it. And you know, they would have all these really dumb requests and different things. And the whole
I told you I was drunk that night.
no, the whole thing that they just kept reminding me was that like, hey, they're gonna pay well, they're gonna tip well. If they ask to do these shots or do this and all that kind of stuff, keep smiling, just making sure that they're happy. That's all you got to do. And you know, it was a very few times in my life that I felt like, man, this sucks. This is like so demeaning that I have to basically like be up till 2 a.m. with these people, just like giving them whatever they need because they're gonna pay out well and they need to be happy. And even if like they're obnoxious and if I hate the jokes and all that, keep laughing and keep them happy because then they'll tip well. And I remember that was like a really shitty feeling, but it's amazing how many people in every kind of job will go through that, where you just have to play the game.
That's my point to like the empathy for a character like this or for a story like this is like we all do this on some level. We all will go
Yeah, no, that's very true.
fairly far on shit we don't want to do or don't respect to get
Just-
paid.
Yeah, and get paid well.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a house.
Yeah, I do.
Cinematography, though. How do you feel about it?
I'll be
See, mama.
honest. Cinematography kind of lost me. I think on this second watch, I had less interest in it, and I think I know what it was.
Once you see the tits,
No. So I don't know if you can pull up what lenses they use. I've been trying to keep better track of this whenever I make my cinematography observations. But it seems like they shot anamorphic, only because of the lens flaring and everything that was there.
I think they used vintage Panasonic lenses.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Kodak 55mm, DP 70 series. Oh, okay.
35 mil, you monkey.
It says 33. Well, anyway, no, I wondered like how much is it adding to things? Like I think in certain areas it did add more to the frame and it was wider.
They stuck to a 35 and a 75.
oh, just those two?
Those two lenses were the
Whoa.
most.
And those are great. They recommend it when you're gonna DP something, having a even like one little rule for yourself. If it's the color, if it's the lens, it helps to create a consistent look. And this one had it the whole way through.
Yeah, I agree.
I just felt like there were some areas where it felt unnecessary to be using certain optics. Like they could have done it a lot simpler. I think the compositions were really well done. I think especially whenever they were trying to show off people in the background or show off people working and all that kind of stuff, they had these wonderful shots where you're always seeing like everybody at play and realizing that no matter who they are, everybody's the same. Everybody's doing the exact same thing. Like
Their job.
yeah, the way that like she's giving her body for money, these guys are leaving their actual families and coming and doing their job, and like everybody else is just like doing it for a paycheck just to keep like their reputation. And it really gets emphasized at the end when they're in the plane and you see that guy hunching over and saying, thank you for giving me the opportunity to help out this family and everything. And he also has to play the game because that's all this is. Everybody's just playing a game.
It's a family discussion, she says.
Yeah. But I felt like there were certain shots that didn't wow me. I would have done more with them. I remember the first time I saw the Vegas stuff, and I think that's a big standout because they go wide, they shoot up. I mean, it looks like her life's really just like when they say, "Oh, you hit the lottery." They really try to play all that up. I think a lot of the vignettes were really, really cool. Making them tighter made the moments a lot more like, oh, it's like a memory that they're gonna have of like, remember when we were partying and all that kind of stuff. I just noticed that later on, I some of the areas fell flat for me.
Yeah.
But again, they had a very good consistent style. I think Sean Baker knew that by running a minimal kit, you can get the most out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Consistent look, being able to go into these intimate spaces and shooting tight where it feels intimate and you feel all of them kind of rubbing shoulders with each other and it just kind of normalizes everybody. That was really cool.
In the conversation, kind of to wrap the conversation up, I want to bring up a point that's very controversial about this film. And it has nothing to do with the sex workers. It has something to do with how we whore ourselves out in cinema. But there's a very big controversy that I don't know if we brought up in the last time we talked about this film. But basically, this film was shot independently, where they shot cheap enough in New York to New York standards, $6 million, that they didn't have to have union rules in certain aspects. They didn't go union.
Not even SAG?
What?
They got flipped, or they almost got flipped at the end of their run. They shot for 37 days, and I think there was, the crew wasn't happy about certain things, and it wasn't that they were treated badly or anything like that. They just didn't have coverage for medical, for this, that, and the third, because they're not union. It's a $6 million film. So they reported, like, anonymously, someone, like, let it out to IATSE, and basically at the tail end of their New York run, right before they left to Nevada, they were about to get flipped, and they kind of avoided it immediately because it was just reported too late. Nice. And that kind of became a thing where it varies by state, by the way, like what unions step in. So they kind of just like were like, well, I guess tough shit, but just finish the film. And they were still getting paid. It's not like they weren't getting paid what they needed to get paid. It's just they weren't union. So the controversy stands where, like, the rumors are that Sean Baker came back to set and got word that he got snitched on, and like was kind of pissy after that, like, to finish the film. But there is a controversy there. I mean, this is an Oscar-winning film. It grossed $47 million, and it didn't go union. It wasn't a union picture. So I also think there's something there to be discussed about how indie is indie, and where do we go?
And where do we draw the line? Because I mean, indie spirit is great for having complete creative control, like for the department heads, and I mean, especially the director and the writer. You have full control that you can say, yeah, we want to do this. No, we don't want to do that. But the reason that the union and larger organizations exist is because that means that no matter what your vision is, we're always going to give people a certain standard of like care and safety and all that.
Yeah.
Even like the intimacy coordinator thing. Sure, very method to say, hey, well, we don't get intimacy coordinators. Sex workers have to live that way. And it's like, that's cool and all, but you're going to simulate sex in an environment where it's a bunch of people. It's a liability. You're using extras. Like there is concerns.
I'm gonna toss this out there because we're talking about the Oscars.
Yeah.
The reason people don't know this is historically. You look this up. The reason the Oscars, the Academy of Motion Pictures, was created, I think it was Louis B. Mayer. If I'm not mistaken, it was Louis B. Mayer, which was one of the heads of the studios, early pioneer of the studios. Louis B. Mayer was hearing rumbles of people wanting to unionize. So what he did, instead of supporting individual unions and saying, yeah, you guys should protect yourselves, he started the Academy of Motion Pictures to say, oh, no, we got you. We created this organization that protects everybody. It's a blanket organization that protects everyone so that you don't have to create your own unions. And that's why the Academy of Motion Pictures was born. It was a blanket organization just to say, don't worry, dudes, the studio's got you guys. You don't have to have your own union for DPs, for directors, for actors.
Slimy.
That's why the Academy Awards
Slimy.
exist. Is to say it's basically the equivalent of like we're giving you a pizza party so we don't have to pay you wages for healthcare.
hell yeah, pepperoni.
That's what the Oscars
Dude.
were born as. I'm not
I'm
bullshitting.
gonna triple cut the slices.
Dude, I don't know. Like, when did pizza parties become lame? Because
Like fourth grade, maybe.
dude, I just remember that. Like,
Missing the point.
no, but pizza parties used to be awesome. And then, like, I remember the other day.
Used to be awesome.
No, dude. And then, like, we were working, I don't know if it was Valentine's or what holiday at Starbucks. And then the boss is like, pizza's on me, guys. And then everybody was like, fuck yeah, pizza. And then they opened the box. And when I saw it, and I was like, oh, no, you know today's going to be bad. And they're like, why, dude? There's pizza. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is how it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why, like, that's what this is. The Academy Awards, the awards
They just
ceremony.
dangle a bell
They
in
were
front of
just
you so you
like,
stay
we're
happy.
gonna give you an award, dude. You don't need health care. But that's what this is. I'm just
I
saying.
almost died and broke my leg. And his name's Oscar.
Yes. Crazy shit, man. But hey, you know, it's the standard that we celebrate today for different
Anora,
reasons.
fantastic film.
Any last thoughts?
I still think this thing's incredible. I celebrate Sean Baker. I think his cinema's important. I think his cinema's going to grow. I think he's young enough now that he's going to keep killing it. He's going to keep telling very compelling and extraordinary stories that, again, don't have to be, in my opinion, though this was his flashiest film, I don't think even there was any bells and whistles. He was just trying to tell a very human story, and I hope he continues to do
Can
that.
a minor side segment, and we've touched upon it a couple of times, but if you have that capsule of like films that will be preserved for all time,
No.
is this thrown in?
No, probably not.
Ah, okay.
Exactly.
That's why none of us.
Not
went
when you
high.
have 10, dude, or whatever the number is now.
Castro, I don't know if you noticed, we all went low nines.
Yeah.
Because it's really good.
No, it's good.
There's no denying it's good. It's just
I
like...
give it a B.
But you can also tell that, like indie cinema gets inspired from other things, and that's why it becomes so good, you know?
But again, I'll repeat it till my death. This film is directly inspired by Fellini's Nights of Siberia. Go fucking watch that. I'll make it one of my free picks this year because Fellini did something special in the 40s that wasn't done. No, I know. He did something special in the 40s. Look at this, man. This is about a sex worker in the 40s. No bullshit. Like,
That's not hot at all.
exactly. No tits here to distract you.
Oh, man, there's a kid.
That was Fellini's wife, by the way. His
Oh, that's
muse.
so hot in that time.
But no, it's this great thing about her purse getting stolen and how she's, is she victimized or is she part of the culture? Is it that whole thing of like you asked for it for being in this life? It's the whole thing. That's such a great picture. But this film directly inspired Anora, and there's very few films that like go back to
Set it down,
reference
Costco.
this film. So it's pretty great. Anyway.
Who's she?
Anora, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Anora. Incredible picture. It has its quirks and limitations depending on where you stand with it, but there's no denying that it's got so much to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let us know what you think. Next week, you'll have a surprise film.
No, next week is our Oscar.
Oh, next week is our
times,
Oscar.
Gabriel?
I know,
I
I'm
wonder
sorry,
what
I'm
we're going to
stupid.
talk about.
It'll be a
The pizza
really
party.
F1 time.
Are we going to start that now, or are we waiting for the other one?
Oh, my, no.
Because, I really love a begonia sandwich.
What?
Oh, my God. You mean
You don't have sentimental value for that one,
Avatar 3 Fire and Ash?
Man, it's really going to be one battle after another with you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. Shakespeare wrote a great play called Hamnet.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't, bro.
Hamanette. Maybe you want a Hamanette sandwich, but it's not going to be. Next week, we'll talk about the Oscar Best Picture nominees.
Everybody
20
on
minutes
three,
of
so
pop.
say Oscar Rama.
Oscar Rama.
Oscar
We're going to do a graphic. We're going to talk about the Oscars Best Picture nominees, all 10 of them. We'll be talking about Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Values, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
It'd be a great
Begonia.
sinner for those who don't tune in.
I'm already having train dreams about it.
Ah, damn it, you got me.
You guys are a bunch of sinners. Let me Frankenstein this episode back together. But
Marty Supreme!
What?
Anora. Let us know what you think about Anora. Let us know what you think about the Best Picture nominees. We'll get to chat about them. And remember to stay tuned. March 16th, we're going to be live. We'll talk more about the Oscars recap. Will Will Smith come and slap somebody else? We really want to know.
Banned.
Well, he might be banned, but, you know, this is Will Smith.
You
So
could try.
Remember, we'll be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yes.
Not Twitter.
definitely not Twitter.
Twitch?
No.
We never do Twitch.
No, you little dirty ass moments on Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Wasser Film Podcast.
Good night, everybody.
ladies and gentlemen.
Woo, love you guys.